Hey there, it's Don from RV Business Coach. Wanted to talk to you today about another 1.5 reasons businesses fail. This comes about based on some conversations I had after last week's video when I talked about 4 reasons businesses fail, and had some good conversations with folks, and we uncovered another 2 reasons. But then as I thought about it, one of those reasons is really a permutation of one of the previous reasons. So let's talk about that one first. One reason businesses fail is doing the wrong work. Now, I talked last week about not doing the work, and one of the things I said is sometimes an entrepreneur will want to focus on developing the widget and perfecting the widget rather than doing the work that's required to actually go out and sell the widget. And this is kind of a permutation of that doing the wrong work. What I see sometimes happen is a small business will start to struggle. The income's not coming in like they want it to. They start to panic and they start investing time and energy into doing the wrong things. You probably, if you're like me, you get tons of emails with all kinds of opportunities to spend money to make money. How to make 6-figure courses, how to make 6-figure webinars, how to make a 6-figure coaching business, how to make 6 figures off of Facebook ads, how to use LinkedIn to get 6 figures. All of these courses are just always coming into my inbox. And the sad reality is very rarely do they produce that 6-figure income that's being promised. And that's not because the courses don't have value. It's not because the person selling it is necessarily a shyster or a fraud, but it's really most often because all of those things are tactics, and those tactics need to be executed in the right place underneath an overarching strategy. So one of the things I work with my clients on is developing that overarching strategy, the roadmap. How are we going to get from where we are today to where we're going to be? And then we execute against that strategy. So when these offers come in, you can look and say, is this part of my roadmap? Am I there? Oh, look, man, I'll probably be there in 2 months. Let me wait and do that then. Or, a lot of times what happens is you go, why am I not producing income? And you look at the roadmap and you go, you know what? I'm not executing what I'm supposed to be executing. Let's go back to the basics and execute what we're supposed to execute. And then things start happening. So doing the wrong work is another reason that I see a lot of businesses fail. And I'm calling that a half a reason because it's really a permutation of the one I mentioned last week, not doing the work. So another thing that came up in discussions this week why businesses fail is, and this is really sad, but I do see it happen, ignoring the facts, putting your head in the sand and trying to pretend that your problems aren't there and that they'll just go away on their own. So for example, the business isn't making the money that you want and you're continually transferring money out of your savings account to float your business. If you continuously do that and ignore the fact you're doing that, all you're going to do is drain your savings account and run out of money. If you are, executing your strategy and you're tracking and you're going to bring it back up, that's a little bit different case, but you need to make sure that you're executing and have a plan to turn back profitable. And you can't do that if you're ignoring the fact that you're not profitable. Or maybe you have a big bill coming up and you don't have the money to pay it. So rather than being proactive and contacting the vendor and working out something, you just ignore it. And then what happens is you get hit with late fees, you get hit with perhaps higher interest fees for not having paid it. Worst case scenario, the lender may call the entire note due rather than allowing you to continue to pay on time. And that can be, more devastating than if you had been proactive and let the vendor know, hey, there's this problem coming up. And it happens because you tried to ignore the problem rather than addressing the problem head on. So I hate to say it, but that can be a big reason. And it's really important to surround yourself with people to hold you accountable if you're prone to doing that. So create some kind of an advisory board, hire a good coach, do something to force yourself to address these problems head on. You will always, always be better off addressing the problems head on than hiding your head in the sand, ignoring the problem, and letting it escalate and escalate and escalate until it becomes a bigger and bigger problem. Okay, so that's the 2 reasons I had today, doing the wrong work and ignoring the facts. Both of those can lead to small business failure. We'll love to get your comments. Love to hear your feedback. Have you seen this in action? Do you have tips to help others avoid doing it? Do you have other issues that you would like to see addressed? If you're watching this anywhere other than on my blog, please hop over to my blog and leave a comment. And I would love to get your feedback and be happy to answer any questions that you have. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.